in the previous episode. And now... Hi guys, I'm Zach from NerdWorks Media, here again with another Rate My Ride episode. In today's episode we are featuring some members of the JDM Elite SA group. They were just a little group that formed up recently, and they very kindly added me to the group, so I'm part of the group. May as well share some of the cooler cars in the group. I also want to say a huge thank you to Stefan Instagram tagged over here or over here, depending on which side I have more space, I forget now. He is a photographer that does pictures for Speed Hunters online magazine thing. And he recently wrote an article and he featured my car as just a little image off the side, but obviously that's like a huge honor for any car guy to be in Speed Hunters, so just a big thank you. Go check his Instagram out. He's a photographer, so I mean he's got some pretty baller pictures up there, and he's written some really cool stories on Instagram, on Speed Hunters. Go check it out. Well, mine's running 1,000,000 miles per hour right now, right? Give me a minute. Also, I'm sitting in the hot sun. Leave me be. So without any further ado, let's move on to the list of today's cars. Yeah. So first up we have, I'm sorry if I pronounce anything wrong here, alright? Leave me be, I'm bad with words, so this is like, give me a break, okay? So first up we've got Shiv7, I hope I'm saying that right. It's an Instagram tag obviously down below, somewhere in one of the corners. On top of my face, I don't know. So first up we've got Shiv7 with his flame spitting 350Z. Now before we get to the flames, let's take a look at how this build started. So it started off with some questionable rims and otherwise a very stock overall look. I don't know if there was anything else done to it, maybe it had an exhaust, I don't know, but it looked pretty stock. Then it received a huge refresh and transformed into something absolutely amazing. So this Z has a really big mod list, but I'm going to try to run through some of the more intriguing things. I don't know. Some of the things that at least the commoner like me would understand. So it's got, I'm going to be looking down at my phone a lot, please forgive me. It's got 3-inch cold air intakes, Bosch 650cc injectors, long tube step headers, full decatted exhaust system, an NX dual intake nitro system. Ah, hell, he's got the special sauce. An NX purge kit, an NX automatic bottle heater, a Nismo V3 body kit, the Venom Z Works, sorry, carbon fiber bonnet, Varo 20-inch VD19X. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure what that means, but yeah. Exterior and interior LED update, if you will. A Momo Gotham steering wheel. That's like the coolest name I've ever heard. An NRG quick release adapter. In short, this thing's got a lot done to it and it sounds incredible. I'll be completely honest here, I'm not the biggest fan of the Nismo kits. I don't know, they look a little bit weird, but I don't know if it's just perhaps the way that you've done it, or the color, or I don't know, maybe all the things combined. But this looks really good. And actually, this is probably the first Nismo 350 I've actually like sat down and I was like, damn, this is actually pretty tight. I'm especially usually not a fan of the rear bumpers. I feel like just the weird little sharp lip on it, it's, I don't know, never suited my taste, let me put it that way. But again, with your colors, or I don't know, the majority of the mods that you've done, I don't know, but it looks really good. So good in fact, for a rating, I think I'm going to give you an 8 out of 10 build, which is obviously a very good score, so well done. The engine bay is super clean and done very neat. but I'll admit that I'd love to see some color in there. I think if you did a little bit of vibrancy to make something pop in the engine bay, not necessarily exterior. The exterior can look nice and sleek, maybe with like a bright caliper, but I don't know, I've always felt that the engine bay should be the part of the car that's like, whoa. And then otherwise, I'd love to see some small carbon details around the rest of the car, whether it be small little vents or ducting like on the side of the fenders, like just the, is it the 350 or the 370 now that has that little cut in the front fender? I don't know, but like a little, just a little spice, you know. But otherwise, man, the Z is stunning. Haven't got much to criticize. Congrats to you for having such an amazing Z. Cue the flames. So next up we've got Spooling MPS. He's got a Mazda 3 MPS. And I can't lie here, I've never really been a fan of like hatchbacks and even like sports hatchbacks, like the Mini Cooper S's and even like the Focus RS's and stuff. Never really been a big fan. Not a fan of hatchbacks. Sue me. To be honest with you, it's more the front wheel drive aspect to the RS and like the A45 AMG. But I don't know, still, I'm not a fan of the look. It looks kind of like a, yeah, it doesn't look good. However, I can appreciate a good driver's car, and that is what this car is. Mazda tends to make pretty good driver's cars, and well, I'd know. So, also you have to appreciate another Mazda boy. Nah, of course. So mod-wise, this has a Cork Sports HPFP internals, a Cobb 3-inch full intake, custom front mount intercooler setup. Is my voice cracking? I feel like it's cracking. Yeah. A Cobb Access Port V3 with software. Aesthetic wise, it has a custom front splitter. Front canard sponsored by Airflow Dynamics, custom horn sponsored by Slick Speed, sorry. Coil, English is difficult. Coilovers by ISC, 19-inch SSW wheels in a 235 by 35 by 19 tires. Carbon fiber Mazda Speed wing, which is imported, an aftermarket water hose kit by Mishimoto. So that's quite the list, like, damn. Now, to be honest, very honest, I really don't like the red on the splitter. I don't know if that's outdated now, I don't know if that was a new thing or not, but I'm not a fan of the very bright red, especially against the color of your car, like a grey blue. I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling it. If the car itself was red, I think it would suit, because then it would kind of get that like Ford Fiesta look, if you know what I mean, like they've got on the diffuser like that little pinstripe and of the same color, and I don't know, to me then it matches and it's neat and whatever. But as a red against the grey blue, I'm just really not a fan. I just feel in its current state it's got way too radical contrasting colors, like color schemes. If they were closer together but yet different, I think it would look good. He says whilst he has a red roof on his white Miata, but you know, listen, I got plans to color this thing properly, just give me a moment. Anyway, moving on. I love the open intercooler look. I saw one of the pictures that you sent has like the open intercooler. I understand that that's not legal to run like that. I'm just saying that it looks when it's running like that. So big props there. Otherwise, this Miata looks actually kind of stock and pretty clean, yeah. So I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. It is really neatly done, but there's still like a fair amount that I do. Like, again, the consistency in the color scheme. Again, more color in the engine bay, and I don't know what else to even mention. I understand that, you know, money is short for everyone, but I have to critique this from a perspective of the ultimate build per se of that particular car with like your style. It's very difficult to explain, okay? Leave me be. I personally feel if you had to go for a color instead of the red, maybe like a darker purple, like a midnight purple, very glossy and very deep, a metallic-y kind of purple, because the purple would suit, like a darker purple would suit better to be then what would be a lighter gray blue. I don't know, just suggestions, all right? Otherwise, man, I love your car. I'm sorry about the engine. I saw your video, engine kind of blew up. But I hope it goes well moving forward, you know, trying to get a new block and everything. So yeah. Alright, I gotta be kind of quick because my camera battery is about to die. I do have a spare battery, but I know it also dies in like 3 seconds. So I'm gonna kind of go with this one and see how long we'll go. So finally we have fresh built 1400 FS. I have to acknowledge right off the bat that this 1400 Nissan Champ is really clean. Like damn. So it's got an upgraded motor as well as fuel injection. It has a custom 57-inch free flow exhaust on. It makes 70 kilowatt to the wheels. I'd like to see this thing lowered, but I literally spoke to you about it and you said that you're trying to lower it, but obviously money, time, blah blah blah, build in progress, right? So yeah, I'd be interested to know if you'd go for a coilover setup, or I believe they leave springs in the back, so lowering the spring, like the lowering blocks, chocks, whatever they're called. So I'd be interested to know. I think that could be pretty cool. And you've also mentioned that you're gonna, at least down the line, try turbo it. I think that's gonna be baller. I can imagine how rowdy it's gonna be, because like I know how those cars handle with like no weight in the back. Buckies tend to like slide about. So turbo, this thing's gonna just be like squirrely all day every day. That's gonna be so cool. Yeah, no, these Nissan Champs are really cool. They're actually up there in one of my favorite cars that I'd love to get one day. And now I'm going to move on to with white on it, because that's what I would recommend you do. Although again, expense, blah blah blah. I've explained this a million times. I'm not going over it again. All right. So I won't lie. Again, car of my dreams, but I'd love to see it with the Nissan GTR 2000 GT front end. I've seen it done before. There's actually a company that makes like the full fiberglass body kit front end conversion for the 1400 Champs, that you can get the 2000 GTR front end. I think it looks, it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. So I'd love to see that. And now personally, I'd SR20 swap it, SR20 turbo swap it, but I don't know, each to their own. Some people like the old school carburetors with ITBs, each to their own, right? So gotta admit, coming back to your car, I have to admit I really dig it. I'd like it lower, but otherwise I dig this thing 100%. And then, as I've mentioned in the videos before, I really like the retro modern vibe, hence classic Miata with pop-ups, but with the LED light conversion. So I'd love to see your car, you get like square lights, but with like the semi halos and the LEDs. I'd love to see that on this. I think that would look like just really cool. You see a lot in the SX guys, the 200 SXs. And then interior wise, I don't know, digital gauges, I don't know. Your interior looks really neat and really clean, I have to admit. But again, I'm a fan of like the retro modern styling, so do we want like the classic gauges, or do we want like digital gauges but in a classic kind of setting in the car? For now, I think I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. We can revisit your car when you've built it up more, but for right now it's very clean but still quite stock, so I'm going to give it like a 5 out of 10. Don't stress, that's where my car is sitting. If I had to personally give my car a rating, not much is done to it. It can't get to the high marks until, I don't know, it's modded up a bit. It's how I work, alright? But this is definitely a build to keep your eye on, and I'm going to be watching your build out on Instagram, man. Very keen to see how this thing goes, and hit me up as soon as like you've built it up even a little bit more, and we can just keep hitting up your ride on the Rate My Ride series every now and then, get an update, remark you. But for now, that's a really good mark for what you got, man. So I'm excited to see where it goes. And that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and again, a big thank you to JDM Elite SA. Go check them out on Instagram linked here. I'm sorry if you didn't get into this episode. I actually had quite a few people message me to get into this one from the group. That's including you, Peaches 1400 mini truck. Yeah, there we go. I'm giving you a big shout out because you're going to be in the next episode. I'm busy planning it. It's coming soon, all right? These episodes are hard to like figure out in detail, especially since I'm limiting myself to 3 cars per episode. Anyway, you're in next week's episode. Trust me, your car looks cool. Gonna get to it. But until then, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. These kind of episodes are always really hard to organize and to record and set up and edit. So I'd appreciate it if you'd leave me a like and subscription down below. Obviously, if you're watching these episodes, please hit the bell so that you can get notified. Notification squad, what up, yo? I'm cool YouTuber, bro. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. It's fine. And if you'd like your car to be in the next episode, hit me up on Instagram. My Instagram also now on screen. And yeah, we can try sort something out. Until then, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers. And in today's episode, people just love to be as loud as humanly possible. The plane, these people. He is a photographer that does pictures for the Speed and Sound nah? And there we go. See? Now it's on, and my quality is better. Moving on. So it's got 3-inch cold. Gee, that's a very squeaky gate. Okay, I'm playing a very dangerous game now between my battery and re-recording this, so let's hope it pays off.